Ladies and gents, it's Uptempo week.
This week on Talent Search Cymru, the talent reaches new heights. And the competition hits its halfway mark. Coming up on tonight's episode.
I can't ask for a bigger improvement from you, honestly.
I can't even get over what you just done up there.
Like this is the beginning of you becoming a star.
The stakes are high. As we search for our next Welsh champion. But who will make our top 9? A contestant makes their way back into the competition. Jaden's back.
So far, in terms of performance, this is the performance of the night.
Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. Even if I fall, I'll be up again, 'cause I'm a fighter. I am a fighter. I'm a survivor.
All right, guys, welcome to Uptempo week. As I said last week, this was going to be a challenge for the talents. I got to be honest, from everything I've seen this week, and Declan and Lily have seen a bit of it too, what's happening and things like that, it's going to be wonderful. It's definitely a risk to do, to have to come out here and perform a little bit more. But we believe you can do it. We believe it's the right time to do it. And can all the contestants performing tonight just keep in mind that although it might be nerve-wracking because it's the first time having to move a little bit more and things like that, just take the risk. I can assure you, if you take the risk, you'll be surprised with what it can do for your confidence after this, all right? So don't be frightened. We're all here to have a bit of fun tonight. Enjoy the performances. Show everyone something a little bit different to what you can all do. So, are we all ready? Let's get the show on the road. Kicking off Uptempo week, can we please have the best of order and a massive round of applause up to the center of the room for Grace. Up you come, Grace.
How we feeling tonight? This is Talent Search Cymru! Let's go! Oh, there is something going down, like the storm in the sky. Are you gonna be played by your behavior? How can I trust someone who's lying to me? I said, man, go now. I said, man, leave. I said, take your stuff and go, 'cause you're not for me, no. I'm in the best way, I'm gonna run. And Papa always has a joke to make me laugh. See, I'm in the best way, yeah, I feel down. So bring me up there, always keep out there on solid ground, yeah. See, I'm not no rag doll that you can pick up and drop. All of the secret sister. I think it's time that it ends. Stop. So I'm gonna, I said, better leave. I said, take your bags and go, 'cause you're not for me, no. I'm in the best way, I'm gonna hide. And Papa always has a joke to make me laugh. See, I'm in the best way, yeah, I feel down. So bring me up there, always keep my feet on solid ground, yeah. The best of my daddy said to me, always use humor as your therapy. And don't ever take life too seriously. Just do you, 'cause you do you so perfectly.
That was a spectacular performance from vocals to performance all the way through. I mean, your stage presence was just dominant and then captivating throughout the entire show. It seemed almost choreographed. It was insane. I mean, it's not really much I can critique, but one critique I would give you is I would like to see your theatrical side come out more. The STO stop is a perfect display of it. Pack your bags and go. The way you kind of just played with notes as you almost speak into the crowd. I would love to see more of that because I feel like that is your identity in a way. Amazing performance, like always.
Grace, that is how you open up Uptempo Week. That was incredible. I loved the performance tonight. And I love that you didn't play it safe with the song. You still done a really technical and big song. And you just had fun up there. And I was enjoying it because you were enjoying it.
I would say to probably 80% of people, especially that's been in the industry a long time, they would tell you that this is a difficult song in general. And the fact that you've come out on Uptempo Week, when we've asked you to have a little bit of fun and enjoy it, which you did, and you still, at the same time, managed to show us exactly what Grace can do. In terms of vocal ability, there was a specific note that you done in that. I did look over briefly to Lily, but I was like straight back. But there was a run that you done, and I said to you about in the week, the fact that you can do that with so much cleanliness and clarity at your age is astonishing. That takes guts. That takes a lot of effort. And you do it with just so relaxed. And honest to God, is incredible. I think you've opened the show with an absolute bang. That's how I feel. You should be really proud of yourself. You've smashed it again. Well
Thank you
done.
so much.
Round of applause for Grace, guys. Well done, Grace. Lovely work. Can we please have the best of order and up to the front for Josh!
Hey kids, shake it loose together. The spotlight's in something that's been known to change the weather. We killed the fatty cup tonight, so stick around. You gotta hear electric music's all the walls of sound. Say, Caddy and Ronnie, ever see them yet? Oh, but they're so spaced out. Betty and the Jets. Oh, they're so weird and the wonderful. Oh, Madison's a renegade. She's got electric boats and by herself. Already in the back and say, hey, oh, Betty and the Jets. Hey kids, why don't you plug into the faithless? Maybe they're blinded, but Betty makes them ageless. We shall survive, let us take ourselves along. Where we find our parents out in the street to find who's right and who's wrong. Say, Caddy and Ronnie, haven't seen them yet. Oh, but the sound's spaced out. But Betty and the Jets. Oh, the so weird and the wonderful. Oh, Madison's a renegade. She's got electric boats and by herself. Already in the back and say, hey, oh, Betty and the Jets. Hey, Caddy and Ronnie, haven't seen them yet. Oh, the suspense out. Betty and the Jets. Oh, the so weird and the wonderful. Oh, Madison's a renegade. She's got electric boats. Oh, soon, ready in the back and say, oh, 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 oh.
I feel like that went on a little bit too long, but I mean, you showed off your musicianship, and your musicianship is phenomenal. So I mean, be happy with that. Vocally, like I said before, you've got such a rich, powerful tone, and this genre definitely suits you. Those style of songs definitely suit you and your voice, and you do it very well, like exquisitely well. But you would benefit from some mic control. I felt it got very shouty in some areas because you weren't taking your mouth away from the mic when you're going for them big belts and when you really need to, because I mean, otherwise it's a sharp impact that makes us kind of, oh. So just maybe focus on a little bit more mic control, which can be kind of hard when you're stuck behind a piano. Performance side, at first I was like, oh, how's he going to perform with this? I mean, he's stuck behind a piano. You were vibing with it, you were moving, you were getting right into the piano playing. That was performance. I mean, I would have liked a bit more movement, but it's not really much you can do behind a piano. So for what you had, I felt you performed very well. So overall, it was a strong performance. Be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, Josh, well done. I would echo a lot of what Declan said, to be honest. I think there were parts of that song, just the high notes. I heard your voice cracking a little bit, and I think it was just a little bit too high for you. But other than that, it was a good performance. I think you've looked a lot more comfortable than you did last week. And how that works, I don't know, because you'd think for performance-wise, not using the piano would help you to be able to move. But you obviously feel a lot more comfortable with that in front of you. And so therefore you gave a better performance, I think, than you did last week. So I've got to give you credit for that, because it is a difficult thing to do when you've got one instrument and you need to lift the room up with energy. So you did that well done.
In a way, I feel like it was the wrong move in that sense, because I would have liked to see you moving a bit more to help with that side of things, like I stated last week. We didn't get that this week. But what we did get is the bit more creativity, which was also mentioned. I mentioned about being a bit more creative. I'm loving the glasses. I think it works. It makes it more quirky. 3/4 of your performances have been Elton John. And I can clearly see that you can do Elton John really, really well. I get that. But with it being a competition, I want more variety too in terms of styles of artists, different things. Don't be frightened to challenge yourself to something you wouldn't do and making it Josh's. And like I said, with it being Elton John, and then we had the Arctic Monkey, and then Elton John again, is a bit like, to me, is a step back just because I want more. Don't be frightened to think outside the box, right? We get that you love Elton John, and we love that. You've done well with the songs, but show us more. More variety across the board, right? Well done, especially on the piano playing tonight, because the second half of that was a skill. It was a skill, so well done, Joe. Round of applause, guys. Well done, Josh. All right then, ladies and gents, please, the best of order, and a round of applause for Madison. Here we go.
You held my hand into the darkness.
straight away again, you just keep stepping up each and every week. I mean, that's the best I've seen of you. Vocally, just a strong performance throughout. Your tone was just consistent throughout, and I love the way you done that nice little, when you're doing the whoa. I'm not going to try and do the woes. That was really nice because you just built that up to then when you went back into the chorus. I just really liked it vocally. Performance-wise, was good. There was a lot of movement at first, and then you went and done the clapping and got all the crowd going. Crowd work is a massive thing about performance, and the fact you went for that, I love that as a move. And that really just built on top of it, on top of already having a great vocal performance. You then put the performance on top of it.
Well done, Madison. Uptempo Week really does push some people out of their comfort zone. And I know that this was a little bit out of your comfort zone. And the song was perfect for you and your tone and your voice. You sang it really, really well. And in the start of the performance, I was like, oh, please do a bit more, please move a bit more. And then you obviously started clapping, took the mic off the stand, and you've done a lot more than I expected you to do. So well done, you've done really well. I'd be really proud of myself if I was you.
You've come into this with no experience, right? And 4 weeks in, we've asked you to move around and everything like that. To me, you done way more than I expected by there tonight. Let me tell you now, that was a lot more than I expected from you. The fact that you started clapping and everyone started clapping along with you is a huge deal. So to me, even though, like, obviously Declan picked up, he wanted more movement and that, there is only so much you can do on a platform. But what you did do, you done more than enough, because I don't expect you to come out here and rock this room. First time having to do it, I expect baby steps from anyone. As long as I see baby steps, I'm happy. And you just give me baby steps. You showed me. You got the claps going. I thought you done a wonderful job. The song was perfect for the style of singer you are, especially after last week's choice. I think you've done yourself. You should be really, really proud of what you've done tonight, because to me, you are on the up. You're on the up. And that's all we need to see. As long as we're seeing you step up, we're happy. You should be proud. Well done.
Thank you.
Round of applause for the guys. Well done, Madison. Next up, can we please have the best of order and a massive round of applause up to the front for Charlie. Up you come, buddy.
Your love was handmade for somebody like you. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Oh, come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. For my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. You push and pull like a magnet do. For my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Oh, I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby body. Discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
I'm glad that you got up and performed, because I got to hear it now. I mean, like I said, I've always said to you, your voice, I love your voice. You've got such a rich, nice tone to your voice, And obviously you suited that song very well, obviously why it was picked. You smashed that performance, personally. Obviously, you could have taken more risks. You could have. But you still sung the song tremendously well. I would have liked to see maybe a little bit movement, but I know how hard it was for you to get on that stage today. And to be honest, I was happy with your performance. You should be very proud of yourself. You got up there, you gave a great performance, and we're all proud of you, okay?
Yeah, Charlie, it's like Joey said to the last contestant. It is a development process, and where you've come from to where you are now, and bearing in mind it's only 4 weeks.
We all go, like I said to you earlier on, I want to bring it up because I want people to be aware that this guy literally left the competition earlier on. He was so anxious about his performance tonight, he literally left. And there's a reason where I want to tell you that because I want people to realize, how hard you have found this getting up there tonight. And it takes guts and it takes courage, right? And some of us handle things in different way. The reason I push so much for you to give this another chance is because of what you just done there and because of what you offer in this competition. And I'm gonna say it out loud because I don't want you feeling like you can't do this. You can do it. And I generally believe that if you really push yourself and really work, which you've been doing, but keep pushing yourself forward, I really think you could go all the way in this. I really do. You're current. You've got a very earthy sound. It's not too much. You're not this big powerhouse singer. You're indie. You're alternative. You suit exactly what would sit in the charts now. So I would fight for you to stay in this competition. That's how I feel, and I want you to know that. So please take a little bit of courage in what you've done tonight, because so far in the competition, that is the most clearest, the most in time you've been, and the most relaxed. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. Don't ever think when you get to that moment, I can't do this, I got to stop. Because what you've just done up there, you've proven you can. That's what you've just done. The fact you come up here and done that, even though you've had Mum and me and everyone keeping on, you've done that, and that proves that you can do this. Because that was in time. That was bang on. You should be really proud of yourself, but because for the first time in the competition, that is the clearest you've been. So that shows me you can do this. So please be proud of what you just done, but because that was a step up. Well done. Round of applause, guys. Well done, Charlie. Well done, buddy. Can we please have the best of order up to the front and a massive round of applause for Venan. Up you come, Venan.
Whistles down the cold dark street tonight, and the people, they were dancing to the music pipe, and the boys chase the girls with the curls in their hair, while the shy to many youths sitting way over there, and the songs they get louder, each one better than before, and they're singing the songs, thinking this is the life, and you wake up in the morning and your head goes twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? And they're singing the songs, thinking this is the life, and you wake up in the morning and your head feels twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight, where you gonna sleep tonight? So you're heading down the road in your taxi before, and you're waiting outside Jaden's front door, but nobody's in and nobody's home till 4. So you're sitting there with nothing to do, talking about Robert Rigger and his motley crew, and where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? And they're singing the song, thinking this is the life, and you wake up in the morning and your head goes twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? And they're singing the song, thinking this is the life, and you wake up in the morning and your head goes twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? Where you gonna sleep tonight? Anyone else? La 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 la. And you're singing the song, thinking this is a life, and you wake up in the morning and your head feels twice the size. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna sleep tonight? And you're singing a song, thinking this is a life. And you wake up in the morning and your head goes twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? And you're singing the song, thinking this is a life. And you wake up in the morning and your head goes twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? And you're singing the song, thinking this is a life. And you wake up in the morning and your head goes twice the size. Where you gonna go, where you gonna go, where you gonna sleep tonight? Where you gonna sleep tonight? Where you gonna sleep tonight? So,
I think so far in this competition, you've probably shown the most versatility as a contestant. I mean, you went from singing a French song to us, that obviously I didn't understand but loved, to now you're just rocking around the room going full cowgirl on us. It's, where does it stop? And I love the fact you're so quirky, you're not afraid to get goofy, you're doing comedy while you're doing a song, getting a little bit yeehaw going, you were absolutely loving life. Vocally, I wouldn't say it was your strongest performance. I still think your strongest performance to date vocally was your last performance, the French song. But as a performer, and the amount of fun you had, and the amount of fun we had with you, that was definitely the strongest thing. That's what Uptempo's about.
Venin, well done. I really enjoyed that performance, and I could see you were enjoying yourself, and that always makes me enjoy it even more. Like Dex said, you're so versatile. Like, I'm always so intrigued by you because I never know what you're going to do. I genuinely don't. I don't know what kind of genre you're going to go for. I don't know if you're going to go for the backing track or if you're going to play an instrument. And I love that about you because you really keep me intrigued. I really enjoyed this performance. I mean, the breath control was just insane because that's such a fast song, but you handled it really well. And I loved, like, towards the end, you made it your own when you done your own little spin and you could hear that growliness. No matter what you sing, I always know it's you. You've got such a unique tone and it's just stunning on everything that you do. I agree with Dec. I think last week, vocally, in terms of technicality and stuff, it was stronger. But, I mean, this week, you know what it's about. It's about putting yourself out your comfort zone.
It is quite challenging to still find a song that vocally shows you off and speed it up. And this is why it's about kind of splitting kind of what we would expect from Uptempo week. I think the main priority this week, although sounding good is still important, the main priority is how you come across with something with a bit more movement. And I think you floored that tonight. You looked a bit more relaxed. I know this is a big deal. We got to remember you've come into this with a piano, and then slowly you've been stripped away from different things. Then tonight, no stand. So it's kind of like, whoa, I'm just in the middle of this room. I need to move around. But your natural sort of energy that you give off works because there was elements, like at the end of that performance, you start to get quirky with it and that's how you should be throughout the whole of thing. Just let it go, you know? I do think you're on the right path because like last week I stated we start to see, a much more improved and is allowing your voice to come through more. I think tonight you've done it really, really well for the theme we asked. But it's about, like, these are picked up. Still finding something that still shows you off, but at the same time of sticking with the theme. But let me tell you now, for the theme, you smashed the theme. You took it up, you made it folky, the outfit worked, so you definitely smashed the theme, Venin. But keep in mind, like they've brought up, that in future preference, if you are successful, remember, no matter what theme you're doing, remember your voice is still equally important to show that off, all right? I actually liked how you sounded on this tonight. I liked that sort of mellow folkiness. I really liked that. So I didn't expect you to start belting anything out or nothing. I didn't expect that. I liked the mellowness of it. So yeah, be really, really proud of what you've done. All right? You've definitely done well in Uptempo week. Well done.
Thank you.
Round of applause for guys. Well done, Venin. Wow, what a first half. I don't know how you all feel about that, but the energy is definitely what I wanted to see tonight. Dec, what did you think?
First story, I had a massive opener in Grace. I mean, the way she opened the show was just insane. I mean,
It was.
it's just what happened there.
I know
Like,
it was
It was like a fanfare. And then
What did
obviously,
It's like I said, Grace, that is the way to come into a Uptempo week. Honestly, she blew my mind. But I mean, the progress we've seen in Madison, in Charlie, it's just across the board. They've all been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, how Grace opened that tonight, especially with that sort of technicality in her voice.
Yeah.
I mean, that particular run that she done midway, that blew my mind the most, because I was thinking, wait, we need to remind ourselves this kid is 13, she's absolutely tiny, and the guts she had to have in that performance vocally was just remarkable, and she nailed that. It was an amazing way to open the show. I mean, I loved what Charlie done tonight, because this was a really big moment for him. He hasn't been feeling 100% himself, and he needed that sort of push. And I'm just glad that he went up there and sang in time. That was the biggest thing, the biggest improvement I saw. Obviously, he still needs to relax a bit. There's a lot to do with that, but the fact he was in time, to me, was a big deal. I was like, okay, he's in time. This is a massive improvement. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved the first half. I can't wait to see what they all do now in the second half.
Me too.
Are we all ready for this? Yeah. Amazing. All right, guys. So, up next, kicking off the second half in Uptempo week. Best of all, and a massive round of applause for Riley!
Before I start singing, I'd like to dedicate this song to a legend we recently lost, Tina Turner. A church house in house, a schoolhouse outhouse, on highway number 19. The people keep the city clean. They call it Nutbush. Oh, Nutbush. They call it Nutbush city limits. Nutbush city. You're gonna feel some big days and have a picnic on Labor Day. We're going to town on Saturday. We're going to church every Sunday. They call it Nutbush. Oh, Nutbush. Nutbush city limits. Nutbush city. Some pork and molasses. It's all you get in jail. They call it Nutbush. Nutbush city limits. Oh! Nutbush city limits. Nutbush city. Nutbush city limits. Oh! Nutbush city limits. Nutbush city. Nutbush city limits. Nutbush city. Nutbush city limits. Nutbush
I mean, that was a performance and a half. Starting on the stage, such a gutsy choice. And the way you just turned to the camera, exploded straight into song. I mean, and also a powerful song as well. I mean, you just pick gutsier choices each time, and you've done that justice and more. That was an amazing performance. Your tone as well. It doesn't sound like an 11-year-old singing. You've got such a mature twang to your voice. You sound like an adult. Like, what's happening there? You're such a tiny guy, you're singing like that. It's just insane.
Riley, you were a little rock star tonight, and I loved it. I'm here for it. I love that you really pushed yourself. We know that you do these massive ballad songs, and that's your thing, and that's great. And this week pushed you to try something a bit different. And that was a great song choice. It was gutsy, you had your growls, you were, really performing and walking around. And honestly, credit to you, because it's a massive song. You're so little, like, it's so cute, honestly, when you're running around. I'm like, how is he doing it, love him? But it was such a good performance. I'm always so proud of you, and well done.
I mean, I don't know where to start, really, because what's happening is exactly what I said last week. A star is being born, and I can only repeat my words, because what you've done this week, especially being the youngest in the process, is you've taken on so much in regards to putting on a performance, the stairs, You know, obviously people saw what we had to do with the lighting, the confetti idea at the end and everything. You took on a lot of pressure for anybody to have to come up here and do. And you pulled it off out of the bag, big time. Because I'm sure the family can agree, like, I don't think anyone have ever seen you like that, perform like that. That was, honest to God, but you put yourself in your own league in this. And that goes to show it, because you just had faith in yourself and you just said, do you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to rock it on Uptempo week. That's exactly how we expect everyone to be mentally, you know? And that's what you've done, because the fact that you put all that together and had thought, I'm going to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that, made such a difference. So far, in terms of performance, this is the performance of the night so far. 1 billion%. Because you've done so much. You've done so much, 11 years of age, and you thought, you know what? I want this, I want fire, I want to blow the roof off, I want them to take this stuff. You creative, mentally creative at the age of 11, and you've done this. Honest to God, but you should be so proud again. In terms of how you presented yourself tonight, I can't deny that this was your best by far. And look, people that watch this online or friends and family, we can all sit here and say that we are seeing you grow. This is what we're seeing, and it's amazing, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, be fearless. Don't hold yourself back from anything vocally or performance-wise. You just owned it. That's what you did. Well done, Riley.
Thank you.
Round of applause, guys. Well done, buddy. Best of order, please, and a round of applause for Laura. Here we go.
We were good, we were gold, kind of dream that can't be sold. We were right till we weren't, built a home and watch it burn. Ooh, I didn't want to leave, baby, I didn't want to fight. Started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers. Started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talking myself for hours, yeah, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my head, yeah, I can love me better, yeah, I can love me better.
First of all, I think that's the best you've performed. You're moving around, you can tell you were feeling the song, and I like that, and I feel like people were connecting with you because they were clapping along with you. They would get into it right with you. So performance-wise and for the theme, you definitely smashed that, in my opinion. I feel like as a performer, you've grown and you've shown that. Personally, I don't think this is the best you've sung. I personally felt your last choice, Oceans United, was a lot better vocally, but you were moving around a lot more here, and I'm looking more at performance currently. So for performance-wise, yeah, you smashed it. But I felt like you felt a bit flat when you went to a higher tone when you were singing Dancing. I Can Take Myself Dancing. I felt like it felt a bit flat earlier on, and then it came stronger when you did it the final time. So I feel like you might have either noticed that and corrected it yourself. But no, personally, as a performer, this is the strongest you've been, and you should be proud of yourself in that aspect.
Laura, do you know what I like about you? You are very dedicated and you will challenge yourself. We've thrown you in the deep end this week and you haven't shied away from it. You're like, right, I've got to do it, I'm going to do it. And you did do it. For you, that was a big thing. That was a big step. And every week you do grow, and I love that. So I definitely think you've exceeded last week and obviously the weeks before. I think the only thing in terms of like moving forward, if you're going to do the upbeat things for me, is try and get a bit more grit on those, like I Can Buy Myself Flowers. Try and just get a bit more punch in it. So it's not sort of, you've got a very delicate voice, it's beautiful anyway. But when you're doing Uptempo, and I'm the same, I don't really sing with much grit all the time. You just got to try and like push a bit of more energy out. But apart from that, it was a beautiful performance. And your tone was lovely on it. It was a nice song choice for you. So well done. You've definitely improved from last week, in my opinion.
I just want to say, like I'm seeing an improvement. What I just seen was an improvement. Obviously, we know that there's something that's going on that, you know, vocally we still need to establish where you sit well and things like that. We haven't managed to try and get you into the studio, and I'm dying to try and get you in some way. We need to try and do it because I would love to just work with you personally. So where a lot of people are having these sessions now, you are not. And so everything you were bringing is on your own. So we need to take that into consideration, because if you did have a studio session, which I'm open now, you know, with everything changing with the Travis situation and stuff from this week onwards, I'm going to have a lot more space on my hands to get you in, you know? So I want you to know that in advance, because I know we'll make a huge difference vocally. In terms of what we're expecting tonight as a performance, I agree with Lily. This was a step up in terms of how you present. You work hard. You're showing us that you won this. You're showing us that you're dedicated. I think your dress looks stunning tonight, by the way. It really, really works. So you should be proud of that. It wasn't out of this world vocally, and it didn't offer too much vocally. But again, reverting back to like what I said earlier on, I'm more expecting how you all come across tonight more than the vocals. So this is why I'm not going to pick too much on your voice, because it's not ultimately about that tonight. What's important tonight is seeing you more relaxed up there, and I saw that. So please be proud of what you've done. If you are successful tonight, we will definitely get you into the studio, because I can assure you will make a huge difference for you, all right?
Thank
so
you.
well done. Be proud of what you've just done up there, because I think you've done well for Uptempo Week. Well done. Round of applause, guys. Well done, Law. All right then, ladies and gents, we're moving on to the next performance. But can we please have the best of order and a massive round of applause for Kelsey!
All the girls on the block knocking at my door. Are you ready? Wanna know what it is? Me, the boys want more. If you love her, ain't on your side. Yeah, he loves her, but he ain't your son. It's the answer. Come and get it, and it all sounds right. Hey! Oh, honey, just to make him see. So calling, just to help him see what he's been missing. So come and get it, while you still got time. Hey! Explore the keys and repeat after me to say. Take a sip from a secret potion, I'll make you fall in love. Praise love that can't be broken, one drop should be enough. Oh, you belong to me, I got the recipe. It's love and magic. It's love and magic. Take a sip from your secret potion. One taste and you'll be mine. There's love that can't be broken. It'll keep you up all night. Oh, you belong to me. more. I got the recipe. Wanna know what it is? Me, the boys want more. Now you got all the girls on the block looking at my door. I got the recipe. Wanna know what it is? Me, the boys want more. Now you got taste it from a secret potion. I'll make you fall in love. This spell that can't be broken. One drop should be enough. Oh, you belong to me. I got the recipe. It's called black magic. It's called black magic. Secret potion. And you'll be mine. This spell that can't be broken. Oh, you belong to me. I got the recipe. It's called black magic. It's called black magic. Falling in love. 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 Falling in love.
I mean, just the fact you made a last minute decision, just start over there and come down the stairs, nailed that, had the confidence to do it for one, just came down and started doing all these dance moves, shoulder shimmies, everything, as if you've performed this song 3,000 times before coming on here. It was like watching a pop star, seriously. And I love the way you done the final chorus. I mean, I feel like your voice just shone through in that moment as well. But no, as a performer, you've just shown that you can do it all, you know? You can dance while singing, and your mic control as well has improved massively. That was not shouty, that was mic control, and we could hear the notes, and we resonated with them, and just overall, you just improved.
Kelsey, you are a gutsy girl. I gotta give it to you. I love the energy you bring. Even when you just rehearse, you've got so much energy and you're so bouncy and you really love doing this. And I could see that tonight. For me, I think you look the most comfortable. You just looked natural up there. You were really enjoying yourself. And I love that. I agree with Declan. The mic control was so much better this week. And for me, again, by far, your best performance, in my opinion. Your vocals were just insane. And having to run around and do all the things you were doing. So well done. That was an incredible performance.
Kelsey, I was looking at you when we stood for you then. I think you was really happy with what you done. He was like, yeah, I smashed it. And that's exactly what we want, right? Because, like, we know that you feel us. You absolutely feel us. Like, literally, if I say to you, do you want to throw a speaker? You'd be like, yeah, come on, Joey, throw your speaker. You know, like, literally. But that's the best way to be. You've got to open yourself to options and opportunities. And like I said, the same with Riley. It's about mentally getting creative and just thinking, do you know what? When I'm up there in my space, no matter what week it is, what theme it is, that is my space to do whatever I can to make that performance, you know, how you present yourself, how you perform the song, visually, everything makes that performance what it is. And tonight you showed that, you know, the fact that you know, yeah, go on, then I'll sit there. Like, oh, my mama died, and yeah, I'll start the song. It's gutsy. I can't actually wait to see it back because I'm visualizing it now without seeing it, because Sibel have obviously seen it, but I haven't. But I just think it's going to be very creative on the episode. You should be really proud of what you've done tonight. Again, your mic control I want to pick up because that's probably one of the biggest developments I saw tonight. Your mic control is better. It's not perfection, but it is better. 1,000,000,000% better than what we've seen. The way you handled the notes at the end and you brought the mic back, it was exactly what you needed to do. And then there was nothing that was like shouty, you know? So you need to be proud of what you've just done. Taking on that, with having to perform how you just did, you've smashed it on Uptempo week. Be really proud of yourself, Kels. Well done. Round of applause, guys. Well done, Kels. Up next, can we please have the best of order and a massive round of applause up to the front for Hayley. Round of applause, guys.
You gotta help me out. It's all a blur last night. We need a taxi. 'Cause you're hungover and I'm broke. I lost my fake ID, but you
Obviously, I saw you in the studio as you were practicing. I told you give it attitude, and what did you do? You gave it attitude. When you done that hat and just threw your hand out and just went straight into it, absolutely amazing. I mean, your stage presence then was unreal, and I would wager and say your stage presence, in my opinion, was the most captivating the entire night. Okay, with your outfit and everything, it just all worked all together. Shake the glitter off, glittery dress. You dressed as you should have for the song. I felt it was an amazing thing. Vocally, this is the best you've sounded as well. I mean, this showed off the best elements of your voice. The lowness of your voice at the start, nice vibrato you got going on. Then when you stretched it, I was like, is she gonna handle this? You handled it. Yes, you had a timing issue, and you caught straight back up and got into it in the second part of the chorus. That's what a professional does. We have a timing issue, we fix it on the fly. You noticed it. It took you a little bit to notice it, but as soon as you did, but that's just because you're not an experienced professional. I mean, I would still take a while to figure it out. And when you figured it out, you made the change, and it flowed seamlessly.
Honestly, if I go back 3 weeks and look at the girl that came in, it's honestly as though you've had a full transformation. I mean, I genuinely could not hear you in the first week. And you were rocking it. You're like fully absorbing all of the crowd and the emotions. You're loving it. And I love that you've used all the stage and you didn't use props. So that is all you and all your performance. I love that about this. And you really did perform that song. For me, the only thing is that your diction, I think, needs a little bit more work. With a song like that, I didn't really, the first half of the song, I didn't have a clue what you were saying, if I'm being honest with you. But apart from that, I mean, it was a good choice. It obviously showed you range. I think we need to work a little bit more on the control, especially when you do those higher, longer notes. Sometimes you're just slipping off a little bit, and I found the same when you've done this. But it's a process, you know, and you are getting better week and week and week. So well done. That was an amazing performance, and I loved it. Well done.
One of the things, obviously, in particular, was just a little bit of mic control. It was going a bit quiet now and again. And obviously that little bit of timing in the beginning, but you did pick it back up. Put that aside on how you presented yourself tonight. The way you presented yourself and the way you looked and the way you performed that was like you was at your own show. That was the most relaxed I've seen you in terms of how you come across. And that means that we are seeing a development in you. I want to remind everyone that, you know, like, even though you're solo now, on how you came into this. And because this is a shock to me. This is a big, big shock. Because I'm just remembering watching back that first audition and how you was just to the side like this of Josh, and when you was to the side. And to see you, like, literally in, like, 3 weeks, like 4 weeks or whatever it is mind-boggling how you've transformed. It's like if a light's gone on in your head and you're going, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to do it. And honest to God. So in terms of this process and how we see people developing, I personally feel like you're the quickest development I'm seeing that out of everyone so far, because I just can't believe it's the same girl that was back here like this. It's mad. You look incredible. The dress is beautiful. The performance, like I said, was absolutely bang on. I think you smashed the performance. Just be careful of little things, mic control, especially when we're out there rocking it. Sometimes we got an habit of losing focus of the mic. We're just like, yay. Sometimes that happens. It's natural for that to happen. We all do it, right? But that was the only thing I can really pick out that I think you just want to keep an eye on for future preference with any performance. But performance-wise tonight, you smashed Uptempo. Well done. Well done, Hayley. Round of applause, guys. Well done, girl. All right, guys, are we ready? Final performance of the night. Are we ready for this? All right, guys. So, as you all know, he wasn't well at all last week, but he's feeling a lot better in himself this week. It's so nice to see him back. Can we please have the best of order up to the front for Jaden? Up you come, buddy. That's all right. Take your time, breathe. You got it. Breathe. Focus where you are now. Remember where you're going. You let me know when you're ready, all right, Jade? All right, guys. Round of applause, please, for Jaden.
seem to drown you out long enough. I fell victim to the sound of your love. You're like a song that I am ready to stir. I got nothing but your love. I'm not ready to be just another of your mistakes. Don't wanna let the pieces fall out of place. I was only just a breath removed from going to waste, till I found salvation in the form of your grace, your grace, your grace. Don't take it away, your grace, your grace, your grace. Don't take it way too close to color. Your comfort, all dressed up, the cat under color. Way too close to color. Your comfort, all dressed up, the cat under cover. Your grace, your grace, your grace. Don't take it away. Don't take it away.
Well done, Jaden. I just wanted to know, because you weren't looking then, but literally everyone across the back who just stood behind you, I wanted to know that. Can we have another round of applause for him, guys?
I'm glad you're back, Jaden, and you do belong here, especially after that performance. I mean, I just love your voice, man. I mean, your tone fit perfectly with that song, but you stretched it. You held out them notes. You pushed it hard. You had a natural grit to your voice. Amazing vocally. I really like what you did with the song. I saw it in studio, and you just done it 10 times better than you did in studio. Like, you must have been practicing overhaul. And performance-wise, in the studio, I have to show you, like, two-step and all that. What are you doing there? You're walking around the stage. You're bossing the stage. You're pointing at people. You're doing the flourishes as you bring up the note. I mean, man, I can't ask for a bigger improvement from you. Honestly, I know you had a little slip-up start. Don't even worry about that, because you just went and smashed it. And fair play, Jaden. You've gone and shown us something, and I love it.
Oh, Jaden, firstly, I'm so glad you're back, and I hope you're feeling better. It's so nice to see you back. Honestly, like Declan said, you belong here. Like, I can't even get over what you just done up there. It's exceeded anything that I ever had in my imagination of what you would do this week, because I haven't seen you this week. I can't believe it's like it is a transformation. You've come up and you looked so confident. And that is the moment that I knew you had in you. So I'm so excited for you, because this was always going to happen. You just had to let yourself go and do it. And you've done it. That was your moment. And honestly, it was worth the wait. Well done.
It's very easy for, a guy your age to easily find things like this uncomfortable having to perform on that, because, you're one of the boys and all that sort of thing. And it is, but when I chatted with you in the studio and I said, you've got to kind of switch off from that and treat yourself like a star. Because if this is a career you want to go in, whatever direction you take with it, you have to treat yourself like a star. And I can assure you, buddy, on any level, the way you came out, the way you performed that, you took on all those things, them steps, your vocal control was so much better. You weren't struggling. It was more like, I got passion. Everything there was a huge step up from when we previously saw you. Much more informed. And I gotta be honest, Jaden, when you came into this process, everything we've done so far, I feel like stops here. Because what I feel like now, this is the new Jaden. This is the beginning of another Jaden. Because I generally feel everything's been good today, what you've shown us. but this is a much higher standard from what you've done so far. So literally, but everything you've taken on board, I've seen you in the studio, the way you listen, you take it all in, man, and you really push and you think, do you know what, I'm going to do my best with it. You could have come out here tonight and crumbled. You didn't. You had that slight pause, remembered where you was, remembered what you got to do, and you absolutely floored it. I've made a comment to another artist previous weeks, and that Riley, saying that a star is born, and I want to give you that comment tonight because I feel like this is the beginning of you becoming a star. That's how I feel. So be proud of yourself. Well done, Jaden. You absolutely floored it, buddy. Amazing end to the night. Wow. So guys, what do we think of that? I gotta be honest, I want to just say to all 10 of you, like, improvement-wise, and everyone, friends and family, you must be agreeing with this, but every week we see bits of improvement in these artists, and we're halfway through the process, and I'm shocked with what I've seen tonight, especially in a few of you. You've kind of blown my mind a bit, which only makes this more beneficial for all of you for future weeks. This should help you relax in future weeks now, because you've kind of gone up there, you've left it all on the floor. You should be much more relaxed next week. We'll see you back shortly, all right?
Okay, now it's time for myself, Declan and Lily to make our decisions. And now it's time for the results.
We have come to that time where we've had to make a decision. And if I'm being honest, that was probably the most difficult decision we've ever made so far. So you can tell the process is definitely getting tougher for us. First, going through in no particular order to next week's theme is Grace. Round of applause for Grace. Well done, Grace. You're in the top 9. Well done. In next week's top 9 is Jaden. Round of applause to Jaden. Well done, buddy. Top 9. In next week's top 9 is Kelsey. Well done, Kelsey. Top 9. Okay, going through to next week's theme is Hayley. Well done, Hayley. You're in next week's top 9. All right then, guys, let's carry on. Joining them in next week's top 9 is Charlie. Well done, Charlie, in the next week's top 9. Well done, buddy. All right then. Joining them next week in the top 9 is Madison. Well done, Madison. You're in next week's top 9. Joining them in next week's top 9 is, in no particular order, Riley. Well done, Riley. You're through to next week's top 9. All right then, so we have 3 of you left in front of us. We have Venon, Laura and Josh. There is 2 more safe positions in next week's top 9. Who's your vote this evening to leave the competition and why?
First, I want to say it's a very hard decision because everyone's been exceptional tonight, okay? So everyone be proud of yourselves. But my vote is going to Josh. My vote is sadly going to you.
Lily, I'm going to come to you. Your vote to leave and why?
Again, this was a genuinely hard decision. I think everybody has shown growth tonight. I think everyone stepped it up. And to be honest, it's succeeded any kind of expectation I had for Uptempo week. So you should all be very proud of yourselves, and you are all very talented. I see 3 very talented people in front of me. My vote tonight is going to go for Laura, unfortunately. I think for me, we're halfway through the competition. Being halfway through, we haven't really found your sound, your songs, you, the real you yet. So my concern is whether we're going to find that in time. And perhaps a different series would be better for you in terms of giving you that time to find yourself. That's why my vote's going to go to you tonight.
I'm going to come to Venon first. Venon, even though you had that wonderful vocal moment last week, and tonight, like I said in your performance, that this is kind of the element of the song. It wasn't much to the song for you to do that. And I respect that because of the style of the song it was. I'm not going to vote for you tonight, right? So, well done, you are through to next week's top 9. Well done, Brennan. All right then, so we got Josh and Laura here now. So both of you, I think something that's been picked up between you both over the past few weeks is just showing more. We wanted more, whether that be creativity, whether that's more, confidence and things like that. Is always been wanting more. This is what I reverts down. I think this is why you're both here. The person that I'm going to vote to leave tonight, on the basis of what I've seen so far to date, is Josh. Can we have a round of applause for him, guys? I'm going to quickly come to Laura. Laura, congratulations. You are through to next week. And we will try and get you in this week at some point to fit for you, right? So we will sort that out. But well done. You can sit down, you're through to next week. All right, guys. So can we just have a round of applause for Josh, guys? And just thank him on everything he's brought to us. Josh, look, you're a musician. You know what you're capable of. Keep doing what you do. You know what you can do. Thank you so much for bringing what you've done with the variety, with the piano and stuff to us. We do appreciate it. You've been amazing, so be proud of yourself. And remember that it's tough, but this is a competition and somebody's got to go. And all of you are so talented. Can you imagine what it's going to be like next week when we're going to lose another one? It's tough, but be really proud of yourself. And thank you so much for being part of this series, all right? Round of applause for him, guys. Well done, Josh. All right, guys, so that does conclude the night. Thank you so much for coming along for Uptempo Week. Just before I leave you there, I am going to give you the theme now on what we're going to do. Now, guys, some of you are going to be very terrified of this. I got to be honest, you're going to be scared. But what we are expecting next week is vocal phenomenons, all right? And what I mean by this, I want you to come out here and give the biggest range vocally you can do with any song. You're all very different style singers, but we want a moment where we hear power. As much power can come from your lungs, right? Whether that be theatrical, whether it be a pop ballad, whatever it might be. But we want you to show your vocal range, all right? So big moments next week, guys. Don't hold back. Go for the most powerful songs you can find and show everything you can do vocally, all right? So that is your theme for next week, guys. Obviously, it will be put into the group chat. Well done to you all. Thank you for coming along. We will see you all next week for the top 9. Well done, guys, and good night.
What a episode. Tune in next week for our 3rd theme challenge. And this is Vocal Phenomenon.